when I'm laughing. Joel, you're listening to Cinema Red Pill. I'm Sharon, and I'm here with 3 fucking stooges. I'm here with Nick.
Hello.
Timothy.
What's up?
And Joel.
Hola.
They're always on almost everything. They're constant contributors. They're part of it now, really. And we're going to talk about Wonder Woman. And I'm the only woman here. Yay. So, my opinion goes whether it's shit, it's goes.
You get 2/3 of the time.
Oh yeah. So, Wonder Woman. By the way, I don't know any of your opinions, and that makes me happy and frightened at the same time. Okay. Intro to this. Wonder Woman is the latest DC Extended Universe movie. It started from Man of Steel. It's been going on for about 3 years. Marvel's has been going on for 8 years. It started from 2008.
Iron Man.
Yes.
Yeah. So, but this is the first one that's a female superhero, and they made sure it was directed by a woman too. Do you guys know that?
Patty Jenkins.
Patty Jenkins. So, I wanted to first start with some backstory. I don't know if it will be interesting to you guys, but I enjoyed knowing it. But this film, they've been trying to make it for a while, and it started off with Joss Whedon. You saw that?
Yeah.
Joss Whedon was about to make it with that chick of How I Met Your Mother, Colby Smulders as Wonder Woman.
Yeah, I remember that.
That was originally what it was way back.
Social media stuff.
Yes, long time back, but that went out of the water. Then they announced this one, and they first announced that she was going to be Wonder Woman. Gal Gadot came with a lot of controversy. We'll talk about that. People thought she wasn't suited for it, and exactly. Oh, American here. Yeah, among so many other things.
She was also skinny.
Yeah.
And Jewish.
They had first gotten another chick to direct it called Michelle McLaren.
McLaren was the director on Breaking Bad.
Yes,
So one of
she has done a couple of really good series. She was first put up for director, but then apparently creative differences. Mm-hmm. So that's always sign for fuck, this movie is going to suck. Then they put Patty Jenkins, and that was quite the fate. Patty Jenkins, who was apparently supposed to direct Thor: The Dark World, the one before what's going on now, but she dropped out of that.
Thor 2. Yeah,
Thor 2. She dropped out, and the story is that pissed off Natalie Portman, so that's why she's not coming back. Yeah, just this is not all internet information.
Not coming back to Thor.
Thor, yeah.
Because Patty Jenkins made one.
There was something.
Because she didn't do Thor 2.
She didn't do. There was a riff around there. It's not a loss at all.
Exactly, that's what I meant.
It's no loss at all. So, Wonder Woman, by the time you listen to this, has been out for 3 weeks. It's going to come out 3 weeks later. Has been out for 3 weeks. When it hit, it made about $100 million, which is a big success. So now this comes where the current things going on right now happen. This movie was labeled with, it's supposed to be what will be the make or break of female-led movies. That's what people were making it seem. If this movie sucked, there'll never be another superhero movie. Because Catwoman sucked and Elektra sucked, which were the last things we ever had. Which, I don't know.
Isn't she the only female?
In the whole universe?
No, tons.
No, I'm saying the main ones who are in the universe right now.
Forefront of DC.
Okay, she's DC and Marvel.
She's the most popular female character in
She's the most popular female.
She's on par with Batman and Superman, and those guys have had about 10 movies.
In Marvel, there's Scarlett Johansson.
Black Widow.
And she's more of an Avengers character, but in terms of a standalone.
Yeah, then she's the only.
Yeah,
she's the most popular. And she hasn't had a movie ever since she was created.
Ever. So it's really a big deal.
Batman and Superman have had 12 each.
Yep.
Recreate them every.
Another weird series.
Yeah, she had series.
I don't know if
how many series of
Wonder
Batman and
Woman.
Superman. I can't count.
Another weird thing I thought about, though, I don't know if you.
It's okay.
I was what would a female Joker be like? I was just imagining it.
There's a story like that.
A female Joker.
There's an alternate reality where instead of Bruce's parents dying, he dies. Then Batman's dad becomes Batman, and the mother becomes the Joker.
That's Flashpoint.
Yeah, that's Flashpoint. And we're hoping, because Negan was his dad in the BVS movies, that would be a dope spin-off as a dark Batman that shoots people in the face.
The backlash that would happen with that.
No, I don't think it would, because who would you cast for a female Joker?
Female Joker, because that's Kobe Smulders, that's his mom now. So
in the
that be-
Batman
in
thing.
the official canon of the Snyderverse.
Wait, the chick they killed off.
No. It was Walking Dead chick Maggie.
Oh, okay.
Yes, we're getting off track.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's okay, I'll put you back.
Yeah,
Cut
you
this all out,
cut
you know?
this all
Like,
out. Yeah,
tell
I
me.
know.
So I was just kind of disappointed that when you see it through, like, Marvel has had 10 movies. I don't know which character they could have done through the way. They could have done the Black Widow movie before. You know, like, this is the thing that DC has beat them to the punch. Let's just be honest. It's the one thing they have beat them to the punch. Yet they've been beating DC to the punch on everything else. And the fact that it has done well, I don't think they are jumping with joy. They would have been the ones, they would have wanted to be in that position.
Yes, they would.
Because they are being praised for everything, but points for DC though.
Yeah,
like,
they're
I'm
coming with
fascinated
points.
that DC actually did this, and the movie's actually done well with both audiences and critics, blah blah blah. Anyway, so premise before we start discussing, Wonder Woman is about an Amazon warrior princess, Diana Prince
Diana of Themyscira.
Yeah, they call her Diana Prince online.
On
Oh,
Earth.
On Earth.
Yes. It's set in World War One, and so Diana, Princess of Themyscira, is in her paradise of Themyscira, which is full of women, Amazonian warriors, and so she decides to leave. Circumstances come up, and she decides to go on Earth and save the world from what the bad thing that's happening, and that's World War One. She believes she can stop World War One completely, so it's her journey through that, and it's more of a fish out of the water story. She has no idea. She has never been on Earth, never been on land with men and everything. So it's very interesting the dynamics that happen with that.
I used to want to save the world. This beautiful place. But the closer you get, the more you see the great darkness within.
I don't want to start actually. I want to be the last because I very badly want to hear you guys' opinions on this. My opinions are strong, of course, but we'll start with Joel, the comic book nerd, who knows this.
So flattering.
So flattering.
So flattering.
I feel like this is discrimination.
It is, right?
And that's simpleton. So.
Yeah, that's the.
Yeah, so just a short preface before I saw Wonder Woman, I was hedging a bit with the overly positive reviews. What I thought were overly positive reviews.
They are still.
Yeah, because I thought people so badly wanted this movie to be awesome. It has like a 97% still on Rotten Tomatoes, which is crazy high score. But I just ignored all that. I didn't read any reviews. I went into it cold. And the movie was actually good. The highlight of the whole experience for me was that DC actually made a movie like an actual movie, like the actual structure of a movie, which is awesome. And Gal Gadot, I had reservations about her acting prowess. I mean, I've only seen her in Fast and Furious, and yeah, she didn't appear to have a lot of range, but Patty Jenkins uses her so well, I think, in the scenes and really plays to her strength, and she comes out well. Even in the really emotionally heavy scenes, I felt something when she was in pain or she was happy, and she has a killer smile. I just need to put that out there. She's charming as hell in this movie. The movie is pretty traditional in its structure as far as superhero origin movies go. You sort of start up with this setup, the characters in a certain world with certain rules, and then get opened up to this big new world. I wish Thor, the original Thor, was as good as this movie was.
True.
I wish it was, because it pretty much sort of has the same premise. I know there have been a lot of comparisons to Captain America, but
yeah,
for me,
it's a period piece.
Yeah, but for me, just the period piece element and the World War thing is the only connection. But it's mostly like a Thor movie where you sort of have this god level character sort of interacting with the world of men. And I also have to reference Chris Pine, who was amazing. was amazing in this movie.
As a male vixen.
Yes, as a
Male
male. Oh, he
fox.
was a vixen.
He was a
by the way.
vixen. He was kind of
He's a
like
male
when
fox.
he was used like women are usually using.
Exactly.
And I
Yeah,
like how
but
it was.
yeah,
It was better than
Yeah,
Exactly.
it was better. It was
Yeah, 'cause-
better than women. Like, he had more dialogue. At least it sounded wittier.
exactly. Because that's also another thing I'll say about Patty Jenkins is she took an overly done formula, but she did tiny little tweaks with it, like all over the place. Because I think any other director may have come off with just the same generic shit you've seen over and over again, but it had again so much weight, it had so much humor, and there's a lot of sex appeal, but in like a good way. And that's, for me, that's something that's been very miss in movies these days, is the whole sexuality and romance element. Here I completely bought it, and it was awesome, it was fun to watch, and I liked that. Again, Snyderverse always hypes itself as, "Ooh, we have so much big ideas, and you're just not smart enough to understand us." Really, they're just shit stories that don't know how to handle these large ideas. But Wonder Woman was a straightforward story. It's about this charming fish out of water character, sort of, and it's also a coming of age story, where she sort of leaves her home, goes into the real world, and learns that things are a little more grey than the whole black and white perspective that she previously had. And the movie does, I think, executes the whole big idea thing of like, things are more complicated than they actually seem. At the end, without spoiling anything, it sort of fell back into the usual tropes which disappointed me. Big CGI mess of a battle, which it didn't need. And it felt like even Patty Jenkins like sort of half-assed.
Yeah, she had to.
That segment, it felt like someone made her put that in
Actually,
there.
the
It's like
scene,
it had to be, because she had, before that it was
pretty
just, it was hitting
realistic
everything in the head.
and
Yes. And I was saying the villains, I think, they had the same weakness as the Marvel movies, where they're sort of, in the background, not all that interesting. But for me, it worked because I was so in love with the main characters that anything that serviced them and propped them up, I was in favor of, even if they were like super one-dimensional. A lot of the side characters were one-dimensional. Like that long list of stereotypes that she teams up with.
Scottish drunkard, there's Irish, Scottish.
Then there's
I
a
think
Middle
Middle Eastern like hustler,
womanizer.
con man.
Then there was the Native American called Chief. His name was Chief. He was a tracker.
Was a connection with almost everyone, isn't it?
Exactly.
Comic book characters.
Yes, they are.
Yeah.
I know.
Just
Saying. Yeah, he's a comic book nerd. He's swinging his dick around right now. So anyway, like Wonder Woman really surpassed my expectations. I was expecting at best just an average movie. But Patty Jenkins did enough things that it elevated itself above a lot of Marvel movies. Marvel movies are just like constantly okay for the most part, and then some are really good. But yeah, this one elevated like above just average, and yeah, it was a great movie. I was happy I paid full price for it, and I think everybody should see it.
Almost paid half price.
Yes, almost.
Timothy, what did you think?
Well, for starters, I paid half price. I just have to put that out there. But anyway,
It's so good, man.
so good. I know more guys are listening like me, but anyway. Yeah, but anyway, again, you were saying usually, Joe was saying he starts watching these movies when you have like low expectations, and I know maybe I'm the opposite. Like, I want every movie, even the comic book movies, to be fucking amazing,
Yeah.
So like, even this movie, I was hoping, like I was just saying, man, I hope this movie is good, so that at least props up DC a bit, yeah. So I was pleased with what I saw. I don't know, I think things I'm going to point out are very anti-feminist, which is a weird thing to do during the... But then the things, like, there were those things that amused me. Like, even if Wonder Woman was this strong, resilient, she had to go to the war, she would always be fascinated by things like babies and like ice cream. It was very weird, like there was that thing of that showing she's still a woman, even if she's super, but she has these other things that just appeal to her, which I felt was it was kawaii. It rang true. Like, I thought they were going to bring a Wonder Woman who is like this goddess above all, but they kind of got her down to like the human. She was asking what is people doing, just swaying. Then in the end, she was actually also swaying with Chris Pine for a long while. Everyone had stopped dancing, those things. I know it's Nick is laughing. I know
He's
it's
going to
anti.
say that's bullshit. Don't
Yeah,
know.
but again, the thing is, I don't know. I like that stuff. It was just realistic, you know. It was a superhero. She's a woman, but she's a superhero. That's it. Sort of making it a superwoman. You get. So, let me stop there. Nick, please. I have to hear what you want to say. Yeah? I'm done. I want to hear what Nick has to say. I'm interested.
Realistic.
Yeah.
Dude, okay, most women are not into ice cream and babies. Okay, fine. Wonder Woman, I'm going to talk about this movie like what it is. It's a blockbuster. It's a blockbuster movie. There's action and punches in it. Scene 1, there's this guy, he's a sniper guy, he's taking out people, and these people are being really zoned out, and it's a German town, and they're being wiped out. Cut 2, Chris Pine and his friends, the Arabian guy, and those guys, and they're holding up a thing, and they shout out to Wonder Woman homie, shield, and she comes up, steps on the thing, boom, into a church steeple. Okay.
Yeah, I should.
Maybe this is like maybe I'm reading too much into it.
Yeah,
I see it as symbolic because the church steeple is kind of phallic.
Yeah, phallic. It is.
And she
definitely
She demolishes it with a shield, which doesn't seem physically. Anyway, she demolishes that thing. Then sniper is dead, and there she is standing, right? And there's that shot with because the sun is just
and everything.
yeah, and the sun is just behind her conveniently enough, and the rest of the town gathers to witness this wondrous woman. This deity before them. She's a goddess, like, which is a recurring theme throughout DC Universe movies. I
Also
like
people
that.
are gods and
Because the
some
superheroes
are
are less superheroes, more gods.
Yeah.
I like that they're doing that. It's just that they've been doing it badly, like Joe mentioned. They've been doing it really horribly. This one, they did it properly. Because she shows up, every man she meets is immediately like, Christ, yeah. And then they actually talk to her, and they're even more like, oh, fuck. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, I've been outdone this time around. That's what I liked about the Wonder Woman thing about it. The character herself, Wonder Woman, Gal Gadot, she's not a fantastic actor as such.
Exactly.
Apparently that movie was banned in a bunch of countries because of her political stance. And I think, in a strange way, this plays in a fantastic way towards the feminist angle, because in a lot of countries, women aren't even allowed to serve in the military. And so here we are having a movie banned because the main character is too military. Too military for you guys. It's weird. It's an interesting angle to it. It was a good movie. It was an entertaining movie. It wasn't great as such. It was a good blockbuster. And that's the realm it aimed for, and I think it hit it quite well.
Okay, that was okay. I'm going to speak about it differently, which I'm sure you'd expect me to.
Oh, yes.
So, of course, you're going to see, you know me, you guys, how I do. So, I've been fascinated by the character of Wonder Woman because of what she stands for. I know people hate the word, but I'm going to speak about it in a very feminist type of way. But I'm fascinated by those aspects of her more than anything. I didn't come in it mostly as a blockbuster the way you guys did. I like the idea that she's from a place that's filled with women. So she comes to a place, and the way things are here are very different because their world is set up differently. The women do everything. Here you notice that the women do less than half than what they do the other side. So that's where those scenes come up. Very few, they weren't uncomfortable scenes, luckily. I think the trailer made people think that they would push that angle a lot further than they turned out to push it. It's a minimal part. It's not going to annoy anyone. And it made me think of one of my favorite comic books, Why the Last Man, which comes at a different angle, where you see women when the men are washed away, because there is when you see the patriarchy in a different light. For them, you're seeing it when those things make you recognize the patriarchy, which is really there. I hope you all agree. It's really there. Like, women are not the leader of the country is like the minister of what was the minister, like Minister of Agriculture or something like that.
She was the president. Yeah.
She ended up being the president, showing like through all those lines there was no woman in Why the Last Man.
Oh.
Because the men all died.
So
that's
next woman.
The next woman was. So that shows you what the type of patriarchy you're living in. But Wonder Woman is also seeing the patriarchy in that light. So that makes her a feminist character because of her background, because of her origin. And I love her origin story. It fascinates me. The mascara and everything it is. Although I had a problem with the way they made that montage. I don't know. I felt like
the
they
opening
rushed
story.
it. I actually
Which
found
montage?
it
The opening one.
I loved it. That's one of my best parts of the movie.
Oh,
I really feel,
anyway.
I love that exposition. It wasn't like, showing this goddess walks to Zeus, what are you doing? It was all these paintings and it was very stylistic.
I love the style.
As the style.
My only
the beginning
problem,
of the movie.
Tim, the style is great. Everything it did was great. I just found it rushed.
Okay.
That's all I found it to be. And I think I felt advantaged for actually knowing that story. But since you didn't know that story and you saw it and you still liked it.
Again, another thing I feel is like, as you say, I feel it was good movie and also a very good origin story. It was doubling, it's trying to be an origin story and it's also trying to be a movie that's going to probably span a few more movies.
Well,
like
in the bigger
sequels.
picture, sure, but as that scene alone. And I really liked Chris Pine, and he's really the best example of what a side character, one of the main leads should be. Like, when you look at a movie like Doctor Strange where they got Rachel Adams and what her character was, it was painfully bad. She's supposed to support him, but she's badly written. Chris Pine is written so perfectly. He comes in as a character whose background has already been set up. They don't make him have this whole change of character. He comes in, he's already set, like, I'm here to also help you be a hero. And the romance, the way it's not done perfectly, but the romance comes in, it's done okay. The action, I didn't care for most of the mocap. That slow. I didn't like it very much. It was very and it felt inspired by Zack Snydery. I didn't care for it. Although I liked a scene on when she comes out as a superhero. I enjoyed that.
There was that beautiful explosion.
Kills the sniper, and then they play her theme song. I love her theme song.
She knees that dude out.
I like that. Then talking about the villains. This movie, I loved it. Like, almost everything I said in the beginning is what made me love this movie. The rest of it was okay to bad, and the villains were one of the things I found to be really bad. And the worst thing about the villains being bad is they happen at the end. A bad ending is poison because it's what you go out with. You go out with that scene for Wonder Woman, that thing killed me. I was disappointed. You liked the twist. I hated the twist. And what I hated about the twist so much is the impact of the twist wasn't there. This when you feel impact for a twist happening, sometimes they at least make you know the character a bit more. The character whose twist they give, we hadn't seen him, and that's because they wanted to trick us by showing us those villains like they were the main villains. But it happened. Maybe you liked it for its happening, but
I agree
the
with
fact
you.
it had no impact on me.
No, but I agree with you because also when Shock spoke about Ares and who, like I kind of wish it was set in World War II.
For me, the twist was more about Wonder Woman's character than it was about the villains. For me, it was about her learning this hard lesson. Because she thinks she's going to have this easy fix to like solving the entire world's problems, and it turns out it's not that simple. And for me, that moment was more about her embracing these shades of grey. What comes after it is shit. But that moment, besides that reveal of that was shit.
The movie was doing so well as a World War movie. Then they brought the CGI that was typical comic book, and it was unnecessary. They could have made the twist. Yes, she kills that guy, there's no way, but something else other than the Ares power to power, flames of CGI hitting each other.
But again the thing is like Marvel, I understand, it's like Tony Stark, a guy in a suit, these are actual gods. It's not some simple, like she's basically an atomic bomb. I think Patty Jenkins was saying that Wonder Woman is basically a walking hydrogen bomb. Like,
Well, yeah,
her fights can't be this simple.
Boom!
You know,
Sniper
Nako.
is dead.
But her fight scenes before that were even better than that CGI face
Yeah.
that
That is
happened.
Yeah, no, the CGI
Boom.
effects, no, true, the CGI.
Yeah,
It's
what
no,
turned-
it
I'm
turned
talking
into-
about, I'm talking about the whole church thing, that whole battle.
That was
holding
okay.
the
Yes,
bullets.
that
That's
was
what
That's
executed.
her being dead.
But it-
yeah, she goes through
Yeah.
him.
Yeah,
that
like
was dope.
she hits
But like
the
it's
chest.
turned into BVS at the end with the same exact lightning.
I'll agree with you guys in the sense that the CGI battle at the end, the third act,
Well,
like I said, was not well executed, wasn't very interesting.
Very
But
necessary.
I think the nuance behind it was necessary to this
Yeah.
movie. Of course, the third act was kind of sloppy, you know, because now it's just a slam fest. Yeah, my take on that was the slam fest didn't matter. What they needed to say had been said. Okay?
The thing is that I agree with you. What needed to be said had been said.
It had been
But
said.
then why have the CGI shitfest other than blockbuster? Let's have
Because
this in
it
there.
is a blockbuster.
I know, I know, but other than that, it's
There's no way it's going to end with the Wonder Woman just walking into like a forest or something and she disappears.
Yeah.
That has to be there,
How
the
did
CGI.
Civil War end? They didn't do the CGI fest at the end.
Civil had one of the most expertly done third acts in superhero movie history. Because the third act was about emotional reconciliation, right?
yeah.
So it's a slugfest, true enough, but you can see the emotional forces clashing with each other. Yeah?
Yes.
With Wonder Woman, they put their priorities before that slugfest. And then after the slugfest...
Yeah, so the villain isn't
who gives a shit?
incorporated into the story.
I'm saying the slugfest was a bad thing, just like you guys.
Yeah.
It was badly
Yeah.
executed.
But it's just that ending was absolute
It
shit
wasn't
and
done
it
well.
hurts, breaks my heart.
No, but I don't know. I don't know
How
why.
much
For me, like as you said earlier before, I think Joel said it. Like Gal Gadot isn't like a great actress, but I think Patty Jenkins is a very good director because she knows how to use actors
That is
very
true.
well, very
Gal
well.
Gadot was amazingly good. I did not
No,
expect her to
I
do
actually-
half that well.
Actually, I noticed
I
like
think
cracks
She's
in
not
her
a good
performance,
She's not a good
but then
actor.
because
She did
the director
well,
was-
though.
No, yeah, because they used
Yeah,
her.
they used her.
They
She
used
was
her.
reacting.
Exactly.
They used the well.
Yeah.
She's not a good actor.
But
Yeah.
somehow
I don't
many
think
people
she's a
look
great
like
actress.
they're trying to use them well, but they do shit. She wasn't shit, you guys.
No, she
She
was
wasn't.
not.
She
That,
was movie,
that,
no.
But I
that
think-
alone shocked me.
but I think
She
her performance
wasn't
relies more. Okay, I don't know. Maybe I'm discrediting her.
Well,
But
yeah,
I feel
No,
Patty Jenkins should get
I
a
feel
lot
like
more credit.
her personality alone actually helped that character because she's a lot like that also.
Yeah.
True
There's
enough,
just
yeah.
something that worked about her, and
Yeah,
it was
it-
shocking, and it works for that character. I liked it.
Yeah, so I hope the character's done some justice in Justice League.
Okay, so now that we're talking about this as a blockbuster,
Mm-hmm.
beyond all the subtext, which is there isn't much of because it's a blockbuster,
Mm.
is the way they executed these set pieces. There's way too much slow-mo.
It was even that scene when she went and held the shield, where I was like, man, but these guys are over. Like even they took the slow mo, it was too long. You know, there's when it's cover, then there's when they push it like 5 seconds long, and you're
a
like,
bit
man,
too long.
we're still in slow mo, man.
Or in slow-mo
Rush
for
this shit.
some reason. But that was pretty much the only problem I had with that movie, to be honest.
Yeah.
The third act, that was just CGI. Who cares? Yeah?
Okay, I want,
Well-
I want a good movie.
You want a good CGI final.
You want a
so-
better
I want a good
finale.
movie, yeah, better
You
finale
have
than
to have
that
a
shit.
good finale. You just have to have a
Like that movie deserved
Creates
a
the last
better.
minute.
No, actually, I feel it anyway. Compared to
I mean-
Batman vs Superman, when
No,
it
that
was
was
like Martha.
absolute
That was shit.
garbage.
No,
It was that movie was consistently shit.
I understand.
So it was
but,
okay.
but again, that's the thing. Again, you have to again get it in context. I think
In the context of
of
the movie,
DC
wow.
movies, Jenny, DC movies. I
Look,
think
yeah, if
tried
it
to-
wasn't for that gigantic, overly long CGI finale, yeah,
They take like
the way they executed, yeah, they took like 15 minutes on that bitch. It was weird.
more than 50.
But the twist itself, yeah, worked so well.
Yeah, it's a good movie.
Everything
Anyway.
else.
It's a good movie.
Okay, I think we have exhausted our.
Opinions,
I'm
yeah.
cutting all those spoilers out. You've helped me by giving me more to cut out.
I know.
But no, I'll leave some that are not really spoilery.
Wait. Just one shout. I have one shout out. Robin Wright.
Oh, she
Fucking
was
amazing.
so cool in her like 5 minutes of screen time.
Yes, she's my favorite
Her
character.
5 minutes of
The
screen
movie.
time. she was extremely great.
Yes.
Anyway, this has been Wonder Woman. The next blockbuster will
Wonder
be
Woman.
Spider-Man: Homecoming. I have no guess for that, but
Wonder
we'll see.
Woman, aka
Wonder
Always Sunny,
Woman.
Semi Scare.
Yeah, you have to end the DC.